Eligible shareholders are entitled to distributions of a company's earnings. These distributions are called dividends. Generally, dividends are taxable income to the recipient. If a shareholder transfers all his or her rights in stock to another, subsequent dividends will be taxable to the transferee. In Overton versus Commissioner, we explore a botched attempt to shift dividend taxation. Carlton Overton and George Oliphant were both shareholders of Castle and Overton Incorporated. In 1936, Castle amended its certificate of incorporation and converted all its outstanding common stock into 1,000 shares of designated Class A stock and 1,000 shares of Class B stock. The original shareholders, including Overton and Oliphant, held Class A stock. Class B stock was transferred to the shareholders' respective wives. Class A stock carried voting rights, and most of Castle's liquidation value as Class B stock was restricted to a value of $1 per share. However, Class A shareholders were only entitled to dividend payments of up to $10 per share. Any dividends in excess of $10 per share were to be prorated, with Class A shareholders receiving 1/5 of the excess and Class B shareholders receiving 4/5. From 1936 to 1941, Class B shareholders received dividends of $150.40 per share. Class A shareholders received $77.60 per share. Because the value of all Class B stock was limited to $1,000, most of the dividends received by Class B shareholders accrued from corporate assets represented by Class A stock. The Commissioner of Internal Revenue determined that all dividends received by Class B stockholders were taxable to the respective holder of Class A stock. Accordingly, the Commissioner assessed a deficiency against Overton and Oliphant for the dividends received by their respective wives. Overton and Oliphant petitioned the tax court for a redetermination. The tax court agreed with the Commissioner and found that by giving their wives Class B stock, Overton and Oliphant hadn't actually parted with a substantial part of their interest in Castle, but rather just assigned part of their future dividends to their wives. Accordingly, the tax court concluded that the dividends received by the wives were, for tax purposes, income to Overton and Oliphant. Overton and Oliphant appealed to the Second Circuit.